I'm holding court, you standing trial. Why ain't I see you around back when
You DJ Battlecat, but then you create C Rider. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? And for those who are watching it that don't know, that's you on the cover with the bat.
With the back with the red rag.
Yeah, with the red rag getting burnt.
Burnt.
So what made you say, you know what, I'm gonna create this other persona for this project?
Well, it had a lot to do with, like I was saying earlier, about who Battlecat is. I understood that I needed to protect that name, and then understanding that it was a brand, and the crew that I represented was on the positive tip, you know, to diversify a young kid coming out of a Crip neighborhood and not to be marked. I needed another name that would be like my costume or mask, you know, or something to help protect Battlecat. I wanted the brand of Battlecat to be looked from a professional point of view, and I successfully did it by doing so. And me, I'm more, like I said, of a rider. I'm not really a banger. I know what comes with banging. I didn't like the benefits. It was none.
Right.
You know, some that did bang, they banged for a righteous reason to protect our neighborhood. But then I seen a lot of shit that was just like, it wasn't adding up. So I said, you know what, if I'm going to represent my neighborhood, you know, not being on the set or from the set or whatnot, how could I be a voice for my neighborhood? Because they was good to me, and I seen a lot of things where I felt like their voice should have been heard. It wasn't one rapper in that hood that I could have picked to represent the Rolling 60s. So I said, you know what, I'm gonna be C Rider, you know, and it worked, you know, and I knew some of the culture and the language of my neighborhood enough to not perpetrate it, but, you know, express it on a level where it didn't break the code,
right,
of giving up insight of what was going on. You know, that's still considered snitching.
Exactly.
So once the hood found out who it was, because it got all the way up to the pins where all the shot callers and the OGs who, you know, who run the hood like they do. I love them. They got out that someone is in the neighborhood named, call himself C Rider, representing Rolling 60, cuz find out who he is and handle that. So when they found out it was me, and I'm off the AG block where the Rolling 60s was created at, they were like, oh, and then I explained what I was doing, and they're like, man, we got you. Run that shit. Go ahead, represent. But I'm glad it didn't get too far, because it's a lot still that comes with it. You know, the rules could have changed. Just because they gave me a pass didn't mean they didn't want ownership from the contribution. So that means all reparation had to be in play. I had to, what if I got any kind of money or any seed of anything or benefits, I would have to kick that shit in, because you representing the Rolling 60s, and they ain't playing, they keepers. So, you know, that's what comes with it when you use their name and their culture and everything about them into corporate America. They want theirs, you know. That's what you standing on through this music industry, even though you don't bang, but you still repping us, you know. Concert tickets, whatever you can think of. Cut us in. Cut us in or cut it out. we came up with that slogan.
That's some mafia shit right there.
Yeah. So I'm glad it only went so far. And then I just surpassed that by making sure that Battlecat emerged, and you know, on a level where they can still see Kevin / Battlecat, the little homie that they raised and groomed. Cool. Yeah. He surpassed that, because they really didn't want me to be a member in the first place, because they seen the talent early on, and they had, like I said, the Crips that I still get down with to this day. They they carried a spiritual background, God, what they cripping. You know what I'm saying? And it's the same way with Bloods, you know, that I function with, that happen to really be solid people and really wanted me to win.